NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 33-yard line. That's good for a Saints.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
1-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play. So now 3rd down coming up.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on 3rd? Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. It's a gain of 6, but not enough, as he'll be forced to punt on their first drive of the game.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline.
The Falcons take over first.
So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He's able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
To the fullback. He was tackled at the 46.
Well, not a lot of flash and dash on that play. 2nd and 2, and they hand it to the big man. And he ends up picking up a first down. A little bit of gray area there, though. But I think what they thought, hey, we hand it to him here. If we come back and don't get it, we still got another down to try and pick it up.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defense coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
45-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 25-yard line.
It's a gain of 20.
A good pickup there of 20 yards.
First down.
Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Javon Kinlaw, the big D tackle there to bring him down.
Well, big man with ball met bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their 2nd drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but if the ball's in the air, they treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Taking it about the 1. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
23-yard line.
Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And he'll need to put that interception out of his mind quickly because between the field goal and the pick 6, they're already looking up at a 2-score differential.
And isn't it interesting that a lot of the time when we talk about having a short memory, we say that's a defensive back, right? Got beat for a touchdown pass, throw it out. Quarterbacks have to do the same thing. They make a mistake, come back and be the best quarterback you were before.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a 1st down. They ran it and picked it up.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll look to throw. He gets it into the hands of Larry Fitzgerald.
The pass.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 38.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. A rookie QB struggling, gets thrown down to the ground there. But, you know, maybe this game, it's not over yet, but maybe this game can be a learning experience for him.
So many different things that he has to pick up on. When to go ahead and flush from the pocket and run. when to get rid of the football, not take the sack, when to just go ahead and go down early and make sure you don't fumble the football. So many things that he has to learn. This game starts the process.
Give him 6 on the run. It'll be 3rd down now with still a long way to go to get to the first down marker.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
That's complete to his running back, Evans.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18.
We know play callers can be very creative in this game today, but sometimes when they've got receivers with speed like this, they don't need to design incredibly complex calls. Sometimes it's just get the ball in his hands and let him do his thing. In a sense, less can become more, and it was right there.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
At the 20-yard line.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 6.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And pretty good running as he'll be close to a first down at the Falcons' 13-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Back to throw now on 1st down. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
At the Falcons' 8-yard line.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off.
They'll take over 1st down.
That pick hurts a little extra because it was 3rd down. You were already in field goal range.
You know what he's going to hear all night, all next week? Situational football. Understand what's going on, because you expressed it perfectly. 3 points were in their hip pocket. They had those. Now, those went by the wayside. You cannot make those kind of mistakes.
It's what you call a rookie mistake. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Rookie to rookie on the hookup there, and it's a first down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a handoff looking right. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled him with the inside run.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They'll look to throw here. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. They'll set up a throw. So right, and that's complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 30. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. Rookie quarterback, rookie running back. They team up there to pick up the first.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. 10-0 the score after one on EA Sports.
10, Saints nothing.
There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13.
He was brought down.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4.
A gain of 4. And it's 3rd down.
Now back to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
Always important as a defender on 3rd down to keep the play in front of you and make sure you don't give up enough space that they can make a move on you in the open field. Try as he might, he wasn't able to get to the first down marker. Excellent defense, good tackle.
The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Saints will have the football back. And they've now made 2 trips to the red zone and still looking for their first touchdown.
Not able to punch it in, and if you're on defense, your confidence is sky high. Because mentally, you're saying, hey, you're in the red zone. We're thinking we're giving up 3. We just want to give up 6. In this case, they end up not giving up the touchdown at all. They've got to feel great about what they got done.
Now a dump off here complete, and he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
On play action, they'll throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Now they go screen, it's complete. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Now they'll throw here, out of the gun. And he's got Fitzgerald. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
That's good for a Saints.
So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again.
To Evans on the slant.
And he's got this down to the 35. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
When Mike Evans sees man coverage, I don't think he's the only guy who gets excited. I'll guarantee the guy throwing the ball does because guess what? He's got a lot of options about where to place it because of Mike Evans' size and frame.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. taken in. And it's a fumble. And the Falcons grab it. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening.
And the Saints pressure gets it. Brought down for a sack.
That is Nick Bosa from out on the edge who worked his way in for the sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Going to give this time to the tailback. Give him 6 on the run. It'll be 3rd down now with still a long way to go to get to the first down marker.
It's a gain of 6. And it's 3rd down.
He'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Taking it about the 16. Call that one an even 60 yards. 6-0. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
They haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. And he has now hit number 500. Charles, that is his 500th NFL career catch.
Definitely worthy of applause, but I remember when 500 meant you were going to the Hall of Fame. Nowadays, in today's football, 500 puts you on the path, a significant number.
They'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
Not able to go anywhere that time. 2nd down.
At the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. At the 44-yard line.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
The 46-yard line.
He'll look to throw. Short throw to Disley. He'll get it to the 40. Broke a tackle there to get some extra yardage. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4. At the 40.
2nd and 4. Looking sideline, incomplete. The Saints on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
And 4.
Back to throw again. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete.
And he is going to have a Saints 1st down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the 1st down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get 3 down at the 34-yard line. The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
3rd and 9.
They'll set up to throw.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar. And this score will stay right where it is. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success at least so far here in the 2nd quarter. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down.
I think the good offensive coordinators in the league now are looking at the fullback position and finding the right guys to hide in that spot and increase their passing game, as we just saw there. How about the run after catch? Racked him.
Well, yeah, whether it's a true fullback, a tight end you put in the fullback spot, you know they're going to be tough to bring down if you can get them the football in the passing game. They go play action here on 1st down. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and
looking to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line.
40. A gain of
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10.
Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Javon Kinlaw. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards.
Enough to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That's going to be caught by Josh Reynolds. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0.
Saints nothing.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it, the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. Now we got a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Shakes off the sack, but he can't get away from it, and down he goes. The Saints in the hurry up here, clock continuing to roll. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. On third down, he'll drop to throw. Well, there's that man again. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now fourth down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? Third down, they just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 18-yard line.
So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. The NFL season going to be about 2/3 complete after this weekend, so lots to get to as we check out what's going on here in Week 11. We'll begin up at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. And in the late stages of the first half, it's the Lions who are out in front. Russell Wilson with 3 touchdown passes. From there, we fly north to Cleveland to check on the Browns at home at First Energy Stadium. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. Ezekiel Elliott with a touchdown run. Finally, let's get down to Houston. Check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. In that game, all tied with the visiting Patriots. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. Atlanta prepped and readied for its next possession.
They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10
Now a handoff here to his running back. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Off the edge, Jerry Hughes gets the sack.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. This will be fielded at the 17. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try to get some points.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Yeah, he's able to push his way forward somehow for a gain of about 2 yards. 2nd down now.
2 yards.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And out across midfield down to the 45. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
Still all sorts of time left in this game, and you'd like to be able to say take it one play at a time. But the truth is, they're probably going to have to hit on a few big plays in the passing game to close this gap, and that's a good start right there.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Airing this one out for Fitzgerald. This is caught inside the 15. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk reward. If you take the risk, Can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got to step on them. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 20. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. That's complete to Gallman. And they stop him up short of the 1st down as they get him at about the 43.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the 1st down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the 2nd half. Here's Jamie Gillendow as he's on to punt for Atlanta. And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool him. And the Saints will have the football back. The New Orleans offense set to take over. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating, because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball.
This pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 48, and he takes this one back into the end zone. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And this is going to be called. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. And they turn the pick 6 into a pick 8 with that 2-point conversion.
I love how you upsell. That is outstanding right there. What a big-time play. Big switch in how this game was going, and then they capitalized a little bit on top.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
Well, this will make it into the end zone, and this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Back now onto the field comes the Atlanta defense. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
He was brought down.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. And he'll give it here to his running back.
And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Here we go on 2nd and 12. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
That's a gain of 8. Makes it 3rd and 4.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And now here's another interception. He's picked off at his own 46. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
This is intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. They've got a pretty comfortable lead right now, but maybe a little too careless with the football that time for the rookie.
I think the key word there is comfortable. And there's two schools of thought on it. With that type of a lead, maybe you can take a few more chances because you have a cushion. Others will tell you, don't eat up the cushion with careless play. He'll learn to ride that line as he moves on in his career.
A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That's complete to his running back, Evans.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 45-yard line.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. That one a first down pickup of 8.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Over the middle to Evans. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 38-yard line.
Oh, my goodness, another interception. Picked off there to 32. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. He takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
It's a gain of 4, and it's 3rd down.
And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup. Now a handoff here to his running back. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. The 20. That's taken in, complete to Reynolds. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Josh Reynolds. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Falcons will extend their lead. Solid response that time by a young quarterback. Last drive, interception. This drive, the touchdown pass.
I like how you described it, solid, because you don't get extra kudos for bouncing back if you're going to be a big-time quarterback. You're supposed to do that. But at the same time, when you're a rookie, that's not guaranteed, is it? Sometimes they hang their heads and they go in the tank a little bit. Not in this case. Bounced back, took his team downfield, and threw a touchdown pass.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taking it about the 1. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
22-yard line.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Evans has it left side. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the first down.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. Again, he'll drop to throw. That's complete to Dissly, the tight end.
Complete to Will Dissly. A 2-yard gain.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now flags will come in. And I think this is against the Saints up front. So that'll back them up 5. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. They'll look to throw again. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
The ball carrier.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The Falcons on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. And this a 39-yard attempt. Pauschka's kick is good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger.
31. Saints, nothing.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know, in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a lot.
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes.
And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure.
5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on third down. They're going to look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Back to throw now on first down. Oh, dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. Larry Fitzgerald was the intended target. 3rd down here.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. He's having a nice game through the air. His decision-making's been really good. Solid there again. Just seeing nothing downfield, goes underneath. Nice game.
How about the patience? Because when you're having a big game through the air, you're looking for those chunk plays, those big ones downfield. Instead, as you noted, takes the check down, dumps it off, gains good yardage anyway. Really well executed.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Fitzgerald on the slant. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
And his pass incomplete.
Will Dissly, the intended receiver.
And it's 3rd and 4.
Brings up 3rd down and
Back to throw again. He's got Evans.
And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Too many zeros on the stat sheet thus far. No touchdown passes, no points for his team, but he remains undaunted. Still attempting to get his team on the scoreboard, firing the ball downfield.
Makes the score Falcons 31, Saints 3.
Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
25-yard line.
Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field.
And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the 4th.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And once more, this play going in the wrong direction. The Saints get to him behind the line again. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll get him down here at the 23. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
A gain of 4 yards. It's now 4th down.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for Atlanta. Gets around him. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3